For years, we've been told that the worst protein in the world is red meat, processed meat, bacon, or hot dogs, especially if you listen to groups promoting plant-based planetary diets. They insist that the entire population needs to remove animal protein and replace it with plant protein. But today I'm exposing something far more shocking, because there is one protein so ultra-processed, so chemically altered, and so industrially abused that it makes bacon and hot dogs look like organic health food. I want you to try guessing it as I walk through the clues. First, this so-called protein starts as the industrial extraction of defatted soy flour, and to remove the fat they wash it with hexane, a solvent used in gasoline manufacturing. People claim hexane evaporates, but no independent studies prove that residue doesn't remain, and personally, I don't want to eat anything soaked in industrial solvent just because someone assumes it evaporates. Next, this ingredient is literally the waste byproduct of the soybean oil industry, the leftover scrap they once didn't know what to do with, until someone realized they could repurpose it as a healthy meat alternative. This is a common strategy in large-scale commodity production. Turn waste into profit. Just like sewage sludge got rebranded as biosolids and sold as fertilizer, this waste soy material got rebranded as a nutritious plant protein. Tests have shown it may contain heavy metals like lead, arsenic, and cadmium. From there, the product goes through extreme processing. It's heated, mechanically restructured, and forced through machines at temperatures around 200 degrees Celsius to puff and stretch it into a meat-like texture. And despite being ultra-processed, chemically treated, and reheated multiple times, it's marketed as a clean, heart-healthy alternative simply because it contains no cholesterol or saturated fat. At this point in the process, this product generates over $1 billion a year, sold as a miracle meat substitute. Even though it's been around since the 1960s, most people have no idea how industrial the process really is. You'll see health websites praise it for being high in protein and low in saturated fat, but they always bury the real downsides: loss of nutrients, possible hexane residues, extremely high sodium, digestive irritation, and allergic reactions. And ironically, if you search unhealthiest protein, you'll be told it's bacon and hot dogs. Yet this chemical sponge is somehow considered fine. The next phase of processing adds sodium hydroxide, a very strong alkaline substance used to chemically manipulate the proteins. Then they bleach it using hydrogen peroxide or titanium dioxide, so it can be recolored later. Because the natural smell of processed soy is unpleasant, additional chemicals are added just to deodorize it. Once they've created the puffed, bleached, chemically altered chunks, they rehydrate them with seed oils like canola or corn oil, instantly turning it into oily, spongy cardboard that tastes like nothing. So they add up to 50 to 100 chemical flavor compounds to mimic chicken, beef, or pork. They add colorings, stabilizers, enhancers, and preservatives, then dry it again at around 175 degrees Celsius. And remember, heat can destroy some anti-nutrients in soy, but not all, and it does not remove soy's estrogen-like compounds, which can interfere with thyroid function or interact with thyroid medications. So while this product continues to be heavily marketed as high-protein, low-fat, heart-healthy, the reality is that animal protein naturally contains iron, zinc, B vitamins, essential amino acids, and beneficial fats, while this plant-based alternative contains almost none of those things. And most soy worldwide is genetically modified and exposed to glyphosate, adding even more concerns. What's shocking is that mainstream dietary systems promote limiting red meat, but consider this protein perfectly acceptable. Even pea protein, rice protein, and soy protein isolates, though still highly processed, are not treated, bleached, flavored, and mechanically reshaped to the same extreme degree. And right here, at this point in the video, let me remind you that you're watching Medical Truth Zone, where we break down real nutritional science without industry filters. So what is the #1 worst protein in the world? Textured vegetable protein, commonly labeled as TVP, basically textured soy protein. It is ultra-processed, chemically altered, bleached, deodorized, reheated, reshaped, mixed with industrial seed oils, and flavored with dozens of chemicals to imitate meat. It's made from defatted soy soaked in hexane. It may contain heavy metal residues. It is usually GMO, and it is marketed as the healthy future of protein. So while the world is told to avoid red meat, this chemically engineered industrial byproduct is quietly being promoted as a clean, green, planet-saving superfood. But out of all the proteins on Earth, including all isolates and synthetic powders, textured vegetable protein sits at the very top of the list as the worst of the worst. If you want to see the healthiest protein in the world and how to identify it, don't miss the next breakdown coming up soon on Medical Truth Zone, where I show the complete opposite of this toxic, ultra-processed soy product.